Hello, this is Daugherty, Superintendent of Schools for Chesterfield County. Thanks for joining us again for another segment of our Back to School videos, helping you understand how we prepare for the school year. It is a pleasure for me to have Dr. Kim Hough, and she is our Chief Human Resource Officer as well as Employee Services. And we are excited to have her with us. She's done a lot of work to get ready. Her team has done an outstanding job, and we're going to get into talking to her about the importance of her department, how it helps the educational side throughout the entire system. So thanks for joining us, Kim.
Thanks for having me.
So how has your team been preparing for this school year?
We're really excited to welcome our staff and students back for a brand new school year. We're really passionate about what we do. We know that it's really important for kids to have a strong curriculum and to have adequate facilities and working technology, but we feel like when it comes right down to it, it's the quality of the people working with the students that really makes the quality of the students' education. And it's those thousands of interactions. You know, it's that teacher that really believes in a kid or offers them an extra challenge. It's an instructional assistant who offers kindness. It's that bus driver that greets a student with a smile every morning. So to be able to recruit and retain school personnel is to be able to share in those thousands of interactions, and some of those interactions really change the trajectory of a student's life. So we're excited about what we do, and I used to be an English teacher, and at the end of the summer, a common essay prompt is, what did you do this summer? And we hope everybody got a chance to visit some family or spend some time at the beach for a few days. But what we did this summer was hire hundreds of new CCPS employees. A lot of people don't realize Chesterfield County Public Schools is one of the largest employers in the Richmond Metro. We have about 10,000 employees when we count our full-time, part-time, coaches, and substitutes. And we serve 65, soon to be 66 schools. And we hire about 1,000 people every year. And as you know, when people make changes, it tends to be at the end of the school year, and that makes the spring and summer months very busy. So we've been recruiting and working to process everybody's paperwork to get started for the new school year. Another thing we've been working on is our health plan. Some of our benefit staff have been serving on a collaborative committee with the county government to make a recommendation for a new health plan, and there's been some preliminary information coming out about that, and I think it's almost finalized, but we're anticipating really good news for employees with a recommendation to both boards for a plan that will not have any premium increases. We've all seen how important health is in the past year, so we're really excited about that too. And the final thing we've really been working on this summer is our substitute roles. We know substitutes are really important for us. You know, teacher wakes up in the middle of the night sick or with a sick child. It's really important to have someone in the classroom the next day that cares about students as much as you do and can deliver a quality curriculum. So we're engaging in a multi-year initiative to try to increase our substitute roles. And substitutes play a second really important role for us, and that's a pipeline for hiring. Because we have a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people that say, I've always wanted to teach. And maybe they majored in something else. They might have majored in business or psychology. And they don't realize that there's a way to career switch. And sometimes they try on teaching by substituting. So we hire a lot of teachers and instructional assistants and tutors from our substitute roles. And that's great because it's career progression. They know about Chesterfield County Public Schools, but it also means we need to hire more substitutes. So we're working to promote our substitute jobs on job boards. We're going to reallocate some resources to be able to interview substitutes faster. We're using some recruiting databases to hire substitutes, and that's going to be a big focus for us.
Fantastic. I know that your team has done a phenomenal job all summer trying to help us get ready for the school year, and I really do appreciate it. So the MirrorMe is an innovation project that we have that will help us with teacher recruitment that we're going to try to roll out sometime this fall. Would you help us explain the MirrorMe project?
Sure. Well, we all need short-term and long-term recruiting strategies. And we know that the population in Chesterfield County Public Schools is becoming increasingly diverse. We also know we're in a national teacher shortage. So where can we find a high-quality pool of potential teacher education candidates? Well, right here in Chesterfield County Public Schools high schools. And the MirrorMe program, if a student participates in that, they intend to go into teacher education. And during their junior and senior year of high school, they take a dual enrollment course each year. And for those of our parents who might not have high schoolers yet, a dual enrollment course is a course where the curriculum standards are aligned for a high school credit, but also for a beginning college credit. And our MirrorMe students can take a course their junior and senior year at no cost to them to help them get ready for college. And then they go to a teacher education program at one of our local participating university partners, Virginia Commonwealth University or Virginia State University. And they enroll in their teacher ed program. And while they're completing that program, they receive some tuition assistance. And we're also partnering with Chesterfield Education Foundation for this program. And while they're completing that program, they have opportunities to work for CCPS. So, a college student's schedule is a little bit different than K-12 schedules. So they usually start earlier, they have a longer winter break, maybe a different spring break, and they get out a little earlier in the spring. And, we've just talked about how we have a need for substitutes. So they would have an opportunity to substitute for us, get some experience in their chosen field, and also fulfill a need for CCPS. And during the summer, we have summer school opportunities, and our summer school programs have become much more robust. And so we have a need for staff in our summer schools as well. So that'd be another opportunity for our MirrorMe students to return and get some experience. Once they finish their teacher ed program, they would be hired back to Chesterfield County Public Schools to serve as a licensed teacher. And they would serve at least 2 years, and during that time they would have mentorship of a more experienced teacher. And we hope that they'll choose to basically serve their home community for many years to come.
Thank you for that, Kim. We're all excited about the program starting up. So we start talking about how we've been recruiting and hiring, but what have we been doing for two of the critical areas that we see that is a national issue: bus drivers and cafeteria workers?
We know that food service workers are really important because no one can learn well when they're hungry. And so we've been working to recruit food service workers. We've gone to job fairs at Goodwill. We're using some job boards like Indeed and ZipRecruiter to advertise those vacancies. We've gone to our pre-K registration to let all of our parents whose children might be starting school know that we have a need for food service workers. And we're creating some flyers. And a lot of people don't know that our food service jobs, they do have a career progression. So a lot of people in food service, they start out serving breakfast and they learn about some of the federal rules for serving meals, and they earn their ServSafe certificate, and then they might move up to managing the cafeteria for that school or other jobs in food service. So there is a career progression for that. Our bus drivers are another critical focus area. That's the first CCPS employee that many students see in the morning and the last CCPS employee that many students see in the evening. We had a family member in our extended family start kindergarten a few years ago, and it took us several weeks to learn the name of her teacher. But she always was talking about riding the bus to school with Mr. Paul, and she could not wait to ride the bus to school in the morning. And so I think it's hard to overstate the importance of helping a child transition to school and be excited about it. We've been doing a lot of advertising for our bus driver positions. We've advertised in Chesterfield Observer, Richmond Times-Dispatch. We've been doing some radio advertising that has gotten some good reviews from the community. We've had 2 on-site job fairs. We were so excited when the pandemic restrictions lifted and we were able to have on-site job fairs. We had one at Manchester Middle School and another one at Curtis Elementary School, and we had dozens of candidates at each fair and have hired many of them, and many of them are in training programs right now. We're also using job boards like Facebook Jobs, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, and we've made a lot of signs. We've done a sign for every school, a bus link sign, some pop-up signs. And another thing that a lot of people don't know is that the Virginia legislature passed legislation to allow retired bus drivers to return after a short break and not impact their retirement. So we have contacted our retired drivers, and we plan to make that an annual process to see if any of them might be interested in returning. Our bus driver positions pay $17.21 an hour. They include health benefits, retirement benefits, and while you're certainly welcome if you already have a CDL license, we will train candidates to achieve their CDL license.
Great. Well, I know we're doing everything we can to try to hire the staff that we need, but it's a national issue right now. You look around the country, and a bus driver shortage is just what it is. And there's not much we can do about it. We can't create people, but we can try to pay well, give incentives for the work, and make it a great work environment. So how do people apply to work in Chesterfield schools?
Well, individuals can just go to our website and click on the careers page. And on the careers page, there's an apply button, and you can apply for any open vacancy that you wish to, or multiple vacancies. And we also have something on that page that's brand new this week that we're excited about, and it's a referral button, and it says refer someone for a vacancy. So sometimes people might already have a position or not be looking for a position themselves, but maybe they know a friend, a family member, someone from a church or civic group, somebody moving to the area, somebody from their fraternity or sorority who might be interested. And all you need to refer someone is two elements: the person's name and email, or their name and cell phone number. And you can refer them generally to work for Chesterfield County Public Schools, or you can refer them for a specific vacancy like school nurse or accountant or bus driver or teacher. And we will follow up with that person, and the person making the referral gets a confirmation that we've received it and are following up. We also follow up with the person who was referred. And we're really excited about that program because we know that our community has different networks than we have. And we know our employees want to work with other strong employees. So they're very likely to refer quality applicants. And our parents are really likely to refer quality applicants because they have a vested interest in their child's school staff being strong employees. So we're really excited about that program as well. It's brand new. And if anyone has questions, they can contact us at careers@ccpsnet.net. So if there's any difficulty with the application process, they can just email us. We also are available for walk-ins at the central office if people need access to a computer to apply. So very open to that, and we're really excited about the new school year.
Thank you, Kim. A lot of information from our HR department. And Kim, just as the chief of the human resources and employees, we just want to thank you for all that you and your team are doing. A fantastic job, and we couldn't start the school year without you guys. So thank you for everything you do. And these guys are working 24/7 to make sure we are staffed appropriately for our school system. You heard we have a shortage of drivers. If you know someone that wants to be a driver, you want to be a driver, contact us immediately. We do all the training for you and get you in front of kids as soon as possible. You'd like to work with our cafeteria staff, nutrition staff, contact us. We'll help you out. You want to be a substitute, we're here to help you get through the paperwork and get hired as soon as possible. Thanks for joining us. Again, we're doing everything we can to get ready for this school year. We're excited about the school year. August 23rd is that target date. We're excited to see the students. Thank you for all your support for Chesterfield County. Talk to you soon.